If you are easily offended, please leave and don't come back. The views, opinions, and statements from this podcast are by no one. I repeat, by no one. They are not real, and everything is completely made up. This is for entertainment purposes only. The people in this podcast are not doctors, lawyers, or health professionals. They barely graduated high school. It's not that serious. Enjoy the show and have a nice day. Welcome to another episode of Vernon's podcast, brought to you by Vernon Smith. Okay, so what is this? Episode 9? Yeah. Um in today's episode, I would like to discuss and talk about awareness and acceptance. Um and I think that this is a really important topic, especially right now. Um and because of that, I mean, the reason for that is because of all the events that are happening currently in my home community of Beshico in the Northwest Territories. Um, Forest fires have been raging strong, powered by winds and whatever the hell else is up there or there, whatever. And it hit the town. And the last update I saw was I think 4 houses had burnt, and I saw a few posts online. And I just before I continue on with this episode, I would like to have a moment of silence, and that's for my community. Want to just have a moment of silence for my community and just kind of think and pray for their safety, everybody there, everybody involved. And also too, there were a few members of the community of Beshiko too, who had passed. And I would like to have a moment of silence for them too as well. I think that right now there's a lot of people who are hurting, who are scared, who are filled with anxiety, and who are confused and don't know what to do or what's going on. And this is for all of them too. Okay. Okay. Sending all of you positive energy and safety and good vibes and good energy and just, you know, all that good stuff that you all need. And keep fighting, keep being strong, because this too shall pass, like everything else passes. This will pass too. And we just need to stay calm and collected and just not lose our heads, you know. Let's start off with awareness. And when I say awareness, I mean like just being aware of your feelings and your emotions and your thinking, and being aware that it's there and that it will always be there. You know, this is just the human psyche. Like it will never go away. You can never control it. It's kind of like breathing. You know what I mean? Like if you can't help but breathe, and when you're swimming, you can't help but like, you know, try to like gasp for air, or basically I'm saying it's just like something that you can't control, right? And same with, and so you're always thinking, and your mind does it on its own without you even like wanting it to do that. And for like an example, like when you say when you're like having a good day, whatever, or whatever, you're just going about your day and random thoughts just pop into your head, and then they're like negative, or maybe you see somebody and then you're just think negatively of them, and then you take a step back and think about it. You're just like, what the hell, like where did that come from? Like that's not even, I like that person, where's this thinking coming from? And that's just the mind. Okay, the mind, I don't know what the hell it is. It's I'm pretty sure if you do research on it, you can go find out what that, more into that, what it's all about. but it's always going to be there. And just being aware that it's not always going to be on your side, and that sometimes it's going to fight against you, and sometimes it's going to say things in your head that you don't like and you don't agree with. And just being aware of that, and being aware of your feelings and your emotions, like, like, oh wow, I have anxiety, why is it there? And if you don't know why, then that's okay too, just as long as you know it's there. You have to be at a level of consciousness, knowing that all these parts in your mind is happening, and just being aware that that's not you. You know what I mean? Like, maybe you're angry because things aren't working out the way you wanted to work out. Like, maybe, I know that there was a lot of like talk online about like, where's the fire bombers, why aren't more people fighting this, and all these things. And those feelings are valid, but you have to like be aware of those things and what you're saying. You know what I mean? Like, all those people, I'm sure, like, are doing everything they can. Like, I know when I thought about it too, like, where are the bombers? And then they said that oh, it's not safe for them to fly because the skies aren't clear. And in my first thought, I was like, what the fuck? Like, what do you mean that the sky isn't clear? Those are fire bombers. That's what they were made for, to fly over fire and fly over smoke. Aren't they supposed to be trained for this? Isn't that plane supposed to be built for that? And then I took a step back. I'm just like, ugh. Right? They're trained, so they're probably, whatever whatever obstacles or whatever challenges that's preventing them from doing that. I'm sure it's all valid and okay. You know what I mean? Like, and like with. And then I was just like, where's everybody? Why isn't there more people fighting this? Why isn't like the nearby cities and towns? Where's the federal government? Where's everybody? Like, isn't there like more happening, right? And then you really take a step back and you look at it, and then there's a lot of shit happening all over the fucking country. There's lots of fires everywhere that is taking the attention away from ours. You know that this is our own problem in our area, so all of our attention is here or there in Bishako. So we're not thinking about other places, right? And if we did, we would realize that there's all kinds of things happening in the country our that our country's leaders and are taking care of, and like trying to fight that stuff. You know what I mean? And also with our community leaders as well, they are all doing their best. Everybody's doing like everything they can. You know what I mean? Like, nobody's sitting back and being like, "Yeah, let's just go see what happens." No, people are not that heartless. At least I that's what I hope. So hope that's what I hope. And so just being aware of those feelings, you know what I mean? Being aware of the thinking, and just kind of not letting those things take control of you. You know what I mean? And also too, everything is valid. Your thoughts, everything is okay. But just as long as you're aware, you always have to be aware. Don't be a slave to your emotions and your thinking, your mind. Like, a lot of people think that um, just because they, like, they think quickly, and then those thoughts come into words quickly, and then that's like who they are. And that's not who you are. Who you are is the conscious that's in your mind that oversees everything, oversees your emotions, your thoughts, your thinking patterns. That's you. And then you pick and choose what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? I know it sounds a little complicated, and this is probably coming from all those fucking books that I've been reading so lately. But yeah, and like, you can't let things like control your actions and who you are and what you do. It's all up to you, And so yeah, there's that. And like, blaming people and complaining, these things are not going to help. I know it's frustrating, and I know you're probably scared and anxious, but that's not gonna do anything for anybody. All you're doing is sending negative energy out, and all these people around you are feeling it. People who are reading your posts online are feeling it, and it's just making other people feel shitty because you're feeling shitty. So you're making other people feel shitty. You know what I mean? So, and I know you're probably thinking like, "Fuck you, Vernon. You're one to talk." You goddamn right, dude. Okay. I know. I'm one to talk, right? I do sometimes spiel or spit venom when I'm in some kind of mood, but I'm aware of it. I uh, I know like a lot of people would just be like, "Who the fuck's this crazy motherfucker getting in front of the mic and just talking all that shit?" They I'm well aware of everything I do at all times. Whether you believe it or not, I am. It's just, and then I just like outweigh. I just kind of think about the pros and cons. Is it worth it? Is it not? You know what I mean? And if I decided to do it, then that means the pros outweigh the cons. So there's that. And um, with me, like being aware of my decisions and the things that I say, and being aware of like the impact it has on me and the people around me, and how it might make me feel, because it makes me feel great. You know what I mean? Like I love expressing myself, and I love saying how I feel and what I think and my perspective and my opinions and my ideas. That's just coming from me because like it's life. You know what I mean? And I like to live it to the fullest. At least I try to. And sometimes that will be. A lot of people might not agree with that. They might not like the things that I say or the things that I do, but that makes us like human. You know what I mean? Um, not You're not going to agree with everybody, and they're not going to agree with you, and that's okay. Um, but I'll say this too, like being aware, like I would say with like episode 7 about nepotism and favoritism. There was a battery pack on me. I had probably had like 2 iced coffees before I jumped in front of the cam, and not only that too, like I just had a bit of a adrenaline rush too, because I just had the idea, and it popped into my head, and I thought, and the only thing that popped into my head was, "Oh fuck, this is gonna be good content." I'm all like hyped up and ready to go. Let's go! And then I just like drove straight home, all hyper and shit, and then jumped right in front of the camera and just pushed play and went. And I want to make this very clear too. I do not regret it. Am not. I don't really like apologizing, especially when I don't feel like I was wrong. And in this case, that's what it is. I was not wrong. That's just how I feel, and that's what I think. But I should have like worded it differently. I think at some point, some parts, and maybe I was a little insensitive, and maybe like my delivery needed to be looked at a little bit more, and maybe I should have like, I guess, put more thought into the things that I was saying more. But at the same time, like that was what I felt like at that time or at that moment. And that was just me free thinking and just going with whatever popped into my head, like I always do, like I'm doing now. And so with that, it was like, now that the reason why I was well aware of what could or would or would have happened or could have happened. I was well aware of everything that could happen. The pros outweigh the cons, so I went and did it, and I posted it. And again, always aware of the consequences. I'm not an idiot. Like shit, I'm grown. I think we need to stop. I think everybody already knows by now that shit I do is not really by mistake most of the time. Well, most of the time, sometimes I do make mistakes, but that's just when I'm not like thinking. But if it's if I have time to think about it, then I probably did. But anyway, yeah. Anyway, so with that episode 7, that the reason why I felt the comfortability to post it, and because people would probably be like, well, why the fuck would you post that? And it's because I can. And anyway, so the the reason why I felt the comfortability to post it was because those feelings and those thoughts and those opinions that a lot of them that I made in that episode 7 about nepotism and favoritism, those were old thoughts and old memories and old opinions. Like I'm finding now in my recovery journey, I'm finding now that like a lot of old shit is coming that was buried in my head. Like it's coming back. Like a lot of like old stuff that, I guess like I kind of didn't deal with or didn't address or didn't I guess like stuff that I was like upset about in the past and I didn't bring any light to it. I just kind of ignored it. A lot of those things are coming back, and so that's what that was, because like I don't feel like that anymore. Like that, what you need to okay, wait. You might like hear me just say that and you might be like, oh, so it was still your thoughts though, and it was still your your how you perceive it or whatever, or how you look at it. But what you need to realize too, yes, it was how I looked at it, and that's what I thought, and that was my opinion, and that's how I felt about it. But then that was old, right? And you might think like, oh yeah, but it was still you. Yes, you're right, it's still me. But those thoughts and those opinions and all that shit, it all came from the old addicted mind of somebody who was addicted to substances and who was suffering from alcoholism and depression and all that mental health shit. Like I was in a very unhappy place. Like I was mad at myself. I was mad at everybody. I was mad at the world. I was just in a very unhappy place. So when you're unhappy, you make others unhappy. And when you're negative like that, you send out negative shit and you send out negative vibes. And unfortunately, with me, when I send arrows and shots and stuff, it's always direct. It always hits and it always lands and it always sticks, because I don't know. I'm just an excellent shot. You know what I mean? but but I didn't. It was old stuff. It was old shit in my head, and the reason why I had published it and posted it was because I felt like people could, I guess, empathize with it, sympathize with it, relate to it, and it could help them. And I felt like that needed to be said and that needed to be heard, and that's what that was. And I don't, like I said, I don't feel like that anymore. Like what? Like that, all that stuff came again from like a different time in my life where I was so unhappy. So I was blaming everybody for everything. I'm not in where I want to be in my life because of you, I don't have this because of you. They're doing this. That person's doing this. I was blaming everybody. And in reality, it was all fucking me. You know what I mean? Like I'm the one who wasn't like consistent, or maybe, you know what I mean? Like there was something I wasn't doing right. You know what I mean? But even though I always I thought that I was doing great and stuff, and I probably was at some points, but at the same time too, like I don't know, there's just something I was doing wrong. Maybe God felt like I still had to grow. Maybe the people around me felt like I still had growing up to do and growing to do. So that's why I wasn't given things that I felt like I had earned at that time. But everything happens for a reason, and everything will happen in time. And if it doesn't happen in time, that's okay too. You know what I mean? Like you could even like tell, like I, like after I had posted that episode, and then I just like went about my day and stuff, and then people, like I got like text messages. People were like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah." like, and it didn't hit me. I was like, why the hell would I be okay? And I saw people, I saw people, and then they're looking at me like, kind of like, you know what I mean, like, and then it started to hit me. I was like, oh yeah, oh, people think I'm mad. No, like that was like old shit. You know what I mean? So, like, no, I'm not mad. Like, I'm happy and I'm content and I love like where I'm at in my life. Like, I'm good. When I say I'm good, I'm fucking good. Like, I like just went to like rehab and it was amazing and I learned so much about myself and about life and about people and then I have like, great family and friends, and I have a job that I like, and and like I'm working with like people who I like and respect, so and like being around, so and people are just like when you are like like happy and then you everywhere you go to you like attract like positive people to and stuff, so it's like great. Like I'm having my life's great right now. Like I'm having a great moment, like a glow up moment. And on top of all of that too, I think I lost like 5 pounds, and I get to have this fucking podcast. Are you insane? I'm in fucking I'm like a kid in a candy store. Like I'm so fucking happy and grateful. You know what I mean? And of course there's like um you know what I mean? It's just I don't know. It's just so I don't know. I don't fucking know. Like this is insane. So yeah, so I'm aware of that. And so I'm aware of like what uh, everything that had transpired. But again, I feel like that had to happen, and that wasn't. I was just doing what I felt like needed to happen, and that's that, and that was it. And so and I think like it didn't. Nobody like asked me about it. Nobody like talked to me about it. Nobody. So nobody expressed that they were upset or anything. So that was good. So I guess that means it's not nobody's upset. Because what I have learned so far in my recovery journey was that if people don't come to you, but if you go and you think that people are upset with you, and then they if people don't come to you and tell you that they are upset or tell you that they are upset, then they are probably not. And if they are and they don't come to you, then that's on them. You know what I mean? Like because um I'm like living my like life like oh, this pop is like I love it. Anyway, so like I'm living my life like for like how I want to and how I see fit, you know what I mean? And also to just like I'm like living in my truth and doing the best that I can, and I'm keeping my side of the street clean. I'm taking care of my responsibilities and what I have to do and to keep a peaceful mind. So, what that means is that I'm going to express myself um whenever I have to in order to keep my conscious happy. And sometimes those things that I express you might not agree with it, but that's okay. You just need to tell me, and then maybe we can talk about where I'm coming from, and then if we can agree, then great, and if we don't, then that's okay too. We can just bygones be bygones. We can be indifferent. We can still be cool and stuff, and still respect each other. Just might not agree, and you know what I mean. That's all a part of being an adult, and it's just like so nobody came up to me and told me that they were upset or anything like that. So I guess nobody must be upset. And if they are, again, that's I'm not responsible for how other people feel. You know what I mean? Like if you are upset, then if it's gonna help you to talk to me about it, then do it. You know what I mean? It's fine. It's fine. You know what I mean? It's all good. And so it was just like funny after that when I realized seen like people and they're just like, kind of like looking at me, and then I was just like, oh fuck, they probably think I'm crazy as fuck. They probably think I'm like fucking bipolar or something because like they just saw see me online wildly now. Ooh, me, my merits and my. Oh my god, when I like watched that back, that was so fucking. It's just funny and embarrassing. Uh, I was fucking. I don't know what the hell that was. That was, I don't know who that was, but then that was funny to look at and watch. Like, I don't know. I think I was just, I don't know. Maybe I like felt cute or something, so I was just starting to act a little, act a little something. You know what I mean? And for the record, too, that was I was saying like egos. Talk about ego. This person has ego. That was me in full blown ego mode. I don't know what that was like. So fucking what's that? What's that word called again? The one that like you kind of it's like contradicting. Is it? Is that it? I don't know, whatever. So yeah, so I was I was like pointing out other people's ego when I was like in full blown ego mode, and I was like talking about like how intelligent I am. Intelligent people don't say that they're intelligent. You know what I mean? Smart people don't say that they're smart. Like, so no, no, because like you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, whatever. That's just what I think. Anyway, so yeah. So there's that. So like you see, like I'm aware of all these things now, and I kind of was then too. But I just felt like that was the path I had to go on to get here to be who I am today. It's really not that serious at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Like, you if like you don't like the things I say or talk about, you have to remember that you clicked on my face. You know what I mean? You clicked on my face and you decided to watch. So, blah. And just know that at the end of the day, I respect everybody and I like everybody. To I mostly like everybody, but I don't not like anybody. I mean, like, of course, like people do shit that or do things that I don't like or agree with, or not don't like, but I don't agree with, and things annoy me. But then that's just who I am. Like, but then I don't like act on it though. You know what I mean? Like for most part, you know what I mean? So like, it's just how it is. Like you can't. It's that's life. You know what I mean? Like when somebody's sitting beside you and like I don't know whatever it is like maybe they interrupt you or talking over you or maybe they're like maybe you're having like on one of those days where you just want it to be quiet and they are just like talking too much or talking too loud and in your head you're just like boom 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 like how you getting a headache or something or maybe you're tired but then you have your responsibilities to take care of so then you're just like kind of those thoughts come in of you just being like a little like agitated and grumpy and you just yeah it's normal you just but then you have to be aware of it and try not to let it take control of you because you're not a slave, you know? So, yeah, so awareness, being aware, trying your best to constantly be aware of your thoughts and everything that goes on in your head and choosing and picking what you want to do, what kind of actions you're going to take. Okay? And, so with that being said too, I think like it's you can see that too, like in that episode 7 and stuff, and even the parts of the bit of like episode 8 too as well, like where I was like, you know, like saying like hairy poopy baho or whatever, like just being like a little jab at those white boys. I don't know, I mean straight boys, like straight boys. That I'm not talking about anybody specifically. I'm talking about everybody. I just yeah. So like and I just like I don't know. Like I just said that just for fun. You know, I'm just like making fun because at the end of the day, this is a show too. You know what I mean? Like it's not just It's not just I'm not gonna just sit here and just throw information at you. That's what books are for. Okay, this is something else. I don't know what the hell this is. It's just me. It's just me. Okay. So yeah. Um. So awareness, being aware of all those things in your head. And just picking and choosing. And this is a big one too. This is the second part of the show, and that is acceptance. And being accepting of all those thoughts, being accepting of all those emotions, and being accepting of all like your thinking and how things are happening and how everything's being laid, the hands that you are being dealt, what God is sending to you, all those things. You have to accept those things. Like you have to realize that life is going through you and not at you. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, like don't look at life like things are happening to you. Look at life like you're walking through it. You know what I mean? Like going through it. Like things are going to happen all the time. Like with this fire happened, and now you deal with what's right in front of you. Like, don't think about the past. Don't think about the what ifs. Why this? Why that? Why me? That's not going to help you. You're just going to. It's just energy and time wasted thinking about those past things, things in the past. Oh, why didn't they do this? Why didn't they do that? Where's this person? Where's that person? Where are you? All those things. Don't do that. Just think about now and where you are now, and um and that's it. Like, deal with what's in front of you. And like, you have to be accepting of how things are, the way they are. Like, you can't just go and be negative and blame people for things, or like, and you have to accept to, like, don't try to, like, I don't know, like, look at things that are happening in your life and just, like, pick them apart and try to find someone to blame or some kind of reason why, as to why it's happening. It doesn't matter why it happened. It already happened. It's happening right now. So just deal with that. If you deal with everything that's in your face, and accept it. Accept everything. It's like it takes, I know, like, it sounds easier for me to just, like, say it, but it's actually quite difficult. And once you keep doing it and you do it and you do it over and over and over again, you just accept things. You know what I mean? Like when your kid spills juice all over the fucking rug, and then your first reaction is like, mother, and then you take a step back and you're just like, okay, nope, already happened. I'll go clean it up. And then next time I'll put like a top on the cup so that if it does drop it again, and then it won't make that big of a mess. Or like, you know what I mean? Like, just think about now. Try to keep your head now. Where is it? What's happening now? Like, and accept it. And the way you do that is by accepting everything, except the past, and accept that the future is just the future. Like, it's not even here. Like, forget about it. Just think about right now and where you are and who you're with, and think about your loved ones, if like, and just be there for each other, and especially right now, you know what I mean? And whatever you're going through, you just have to accept too. Like, if you do feel like you're not where you are in life, or if you feel like there's valid reasons for things that had happened to you or are happening to you, okay, but accept it that that's happening, and then go and do like something that's like productive. Like, oh yeah, there was this thing that they had said, like, on one of the books I read. It was something about like emotional or pain body. I think it was called pain body. It's just like basically like when you feel pain, or when something happens to you in your life that you don't like, and then time passes, and then you're still thinking about that. You're still thinking about what happened to you, what people did to you. During that whole time period of when it happened to now to when you're thinking about it, your body doesn't know the difference of your thinking and actions. So, which means your body is in that constant state of stress and unhappiness and negativity during that whole time period, because you kept on thinking about it, and in your mind you were living it still, and your body doesn't know that you're not there anymore going through that right now, but it thinks it is, because you keep on thinking about it, right? And so when that happens, when all that stress and negativity is just in your head repeating itself over and over and over again, it creates inflammation in your body. That's, you know what I mean? Like that's how cancer is formed, and sickness and illness and mental illness and all these like stuff, like that's how like organs get all like fucked up and shit. Like your mind is like so powerful, like you can't put yourself through all that like unnecessary stress. You just have to accept things for the way they are, and just go with what you have right now at this moment. And I know that might be tough, and it is, and it's just the start, honestly. If you really want me to be real with you, you're gonna have to all these mental battles in your head. You're going to have to deal with all of these things for the rest of your life. And you have to accept that so that you can be at peace and be happy. And, like you can't let things destroy you and make you feel like you're a victim. Don't be a victim, okay? Be a fucking you. Be a fucking you. Like, just like um try not to let things bother you so much, like coping mechanisms: journal, gym, drink water, drink tea, talk to your loved ones, talk to whatever is bothering you in your head. Deal with it right away. If you're upset with somebody because of something that they did or said or whatever, go to them right away, right there and then. When you're upset about it, text them, call them, whatever, connect with them in some way, and tell them and be like, I don't like what you did here or said there, and this is how I feel. And then that's it. You said your piece, you said what you felt, and then whatever they respond with, it's however they respond with, that's them. But at least you said you got that off your chest. So now you're not going to carry that baggage, that emotional pain baggage with you when you continue on with your life. Don't let things drag on, like let's just like, the way I look at things, the way I go with things is just like, okay, this annoys me now. And then I think like, how am I going to get rid of this? How am I going to like stop thinking about this? And then I go and do it. Like, how the fuck? I don't really know. I don't give a shit nowadays about anything. You know what I mean? Of course I do give a shit, but I mean, like, I don't let things bother me for too long. Like, I find ways to resolve the situations in my head. And I think it's kind of weird too. Like, I don't know. Like, I think like like sometimes when people expect you to be upset or something, and then you have me like walk around with this stupid retarded smile and stuff, and it's because like it doesn't bother me. It's just like, okay, like if I was like, say for example, like, and hypothetically, that I was like given a job at work or something, or a task, or somebody had given me a task, whatever, and I wasn't too excited about it. But then what am I going to do? Am I going to stay here and bitch and complain? No, because it doesn't really bother me. But I'm still a little bit annoyed that I have to do it. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. and then you look at the facts, right? You look at the facts. It's warranted. It makes sense. Everything checks out. You know what I mean? Like there's reasons for them to tell you to do that. So just go and do it. You know what I mean? And then that's it. Like it's not even that serious. You know what I mean? I think that a lot of us go into this place in our heads that we think that people are bullying us, and they're purposely doing things to us to hurt us, and it's not like that at all. Like that way of thinking, that's how you create stress and negativity in your head. And because you're doing that, it's you're making like your perspective and your outlook on life being all like negative, and it just overall it hurts you at the end, you know. So and it's there's probably reasons for all of those things, you know what I mean? Maybe you're the only one that is there that can do that, or maybe everybody that else that can do it is busy, or you know, for whatever reason, you know, just do it, you know what I mean? It's not that serious. And the same thing too with like say your house or whatever, it's like messy, and you if you're the type of person like me, like I don't know, honestly I don't really give it, I don't care if it's like a little bit messy, but I know that like everything, all the books and all like those, you know, like the mind people, like the people who work in psychology and stuff, they always like say things that you need to like keep a house clean, you keep your area clean, your bedroom clean, because it keeps a clear mind. And I really truly believe that. But at the same time, I don't really mind if it's messy too, because I still feel comfortable even if it's messy. The only time I get annoyed and I don't like it is when I'm looking for something I can't find it. So whatever, to each your own, whatever makes you happy, whatever works for you, you know, that, and then that goes with everything in life too. Don't like just conform and fall in line just because everybody else is doing things. Like even with me too, like all the things that I was just like talking about, all the things I talk about in like all the past episodes too as well. You pick and choose. It's your fucking life. I mean, it's not your, it's life. It's life. You know what I mean? Like it's up to you to pick and choose what kind of information you want to retain, what you want like your actions to be, and how you want the outcome to be. It's you know what I mean? Like the things that work for me might not work for you. Only you can make things, the only you know who you are. And so you have to kind of figure shit out on your own, you know, like how does this make me feel? What do you know what I mean? You have to really pay attention to your mind and like how you react to certain situations or things or people. And you have to, you know, keep record of that and try to remember that. Like, so this is, the more you know yourself, the happier and more at peace you will be, because you're gonna know how to deal with your like you know, unwanted thoughts or emotions when they come. And so then, you know what I mean? So you're not kind of like in a state of being like so like antsy and stressed, because you're gonna know how to resolve those issues in your head as soon as they come. If you know who you are and you know your mind and you know your body and you know you get who you are. And so yeah, and so just being present, being aware, and being accepting of things, okay? And just being accepting of the how life is and what it was and just everything. You know what I mean? Just stop. You just like don't overthink things and just live your life the best way you can with what you have. And yeah. So I'm not gonna fucking lie. I was tired, fucking tired. I was like, I'm not fucking getting in front of that camera and shooting anything. I don't wanna. I just wanna like sit here and just put on Netflix and chill out. But unfortunately, my fucking mind was like, no, I want to go and do this. And I knew that, see, like, I know myself now, right? Because I won't be able to relax and chill out until I solve the shit that was right in front of my face in my mind. So my mind would not allow me to chill and relax until I jumped in front of the mic and got all of this stuff out. So that's why I went and did it. You know what I'm saying? You see what I mean by like solving shit like right in front of you and just dealing with it at that moment in time. And then now once I record this, I'm gonna go post it and do that whole fucking media rollout shit. And then I'm gonna go on and go do something else. Go and then go do something else, and then I'll probably like go contact people back home and see what's going on and shit. So yeah, just being aware of who you are and your feelings and everything I just talked about. Be aware and accept everything for what for what it is, and that's it. That's the lesson for today. Okay, be aware, awareness. Always have a level of awareness and acceptance, and always try to be conscious of everything and everyone. Just do your best you can. Okay, so that concludes this episode. Whew, my head hurts. Thank you for listening, and prayers and love to everybody in Mexico. I'll be thinking of you, and to also to you know people who have passed too as well. You're sending all your family my condolences to your families. Um, let's let's just be grateful for our health and our safety, and accept things for what had already happened and what is currently happening, and just be aware of our thoughts and our feelings, and be aware of the events that are taking place, and be accepting of it, and just doing what you can at that moment in time, and being present, and not getting ahead of ourselves, and not taking action without it being fully thought out, and just be safe at the end of the day. Be safe and be happy that you are safe. And stay hydrated. Stay hydrated. It's hot out here and there's lots of smoke. Smoke, it's nasty. Okay? Drink lots of water, get sleep, try not to stress. Bye. Oh, wait. God protect us from all that has not been sent from. Let me do it again. Okay. Fuck. God protect us from all that has not been sent from you. Thank you, Masicho, Beshiko. I love you. Bye.